Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my Summer Lunch and Learn series. I'm Helen Panos, Dynamis Learning, a K-12 tutoring, SAT, ACT prep company, and more. We also do executive functioning now for 6th through 12th graders and adults. I do apologize coming on later. I had to schedule it for 1:30 due to I'm a sponsor at a school, and I had to attend that school's open house today until about noon. So I had to get back all the way over here. It was quite a distance, but it was very successful. I think it's going to be a great school year. Kids are excited. It's only July, but they're starting on Monday. So today we're going to talk about that. We're going to look at reflecting back and refocusing for the future here in the next school year and how important that is. But I want to give parents like 5 tips to minimize the stress of going back to school. And then I'm going to give you a free gift offer, a back to school planner that you can use with your children to reflect and look at what happened in the past and what you could do in the future. My next episode is going to be on next Wednesday is going to be about SMART goals. So you can use that as well to start off the new year. That would be terrific. Number one, I want to say that, practice makes perfect. That's a oldie but goodie, but you can actually use these last few days or week here, whatever's left, not even a whole week, to practice morning routines, right? With the whole family, not just the children, but everybody should kind of get into this routine. Setting alarm clocks, running like drills, like back to school drills, what would happen exactly the way it would be starting on Monday. So practicing waking up earlier, getting dressed, making sure everybody is getting ready to go out the door. Maybe you could schedule something right now where they have to go out the door around the same time that school would normally start and when they catch their bus or when you drive them to school. So plan ahead for the week, whatever the family will eat, when will you sit down to do homework, how much screen time there will be. Just have like a family meeting. I think that's a good idea. What will bedtime look like? Discuss that. If your child's a little older and in that transition year of going maybe from 8th to 9th, maybe they could stay up a little later. So just plan ahead. It's a good idea to sit down with the whole family and discuss these issues and just run some drills. Then another idea is probably foremost on most people's minds are school supplies. I saw a lot of people coming in with bags today, which is terrific, with paper towels and toilet paper and things like that. That was really sweet of them. They were coming in with big bags. So there's still time to order online, of course. Kids usually like buying those new supplies. So have your older ones go online maybe now and make a list of what they want and need. On top of what their teachers have already told them. You can go over the list together and then make the move to do whatever you need to do to make that happen. Once they're in your hands, you can take a few minutes to show them how to use these supplies, especially if they're younger. For example, your son or daughter has a protractor, maybe for the first time, has never used one before. And it might be a good idea to just sit down and show them how that one works, because that's not something that's used every day for sure. And then even into your lifetime, not many careers are using that. So next, number 3, be sure to plan and practice how to get ready for school the night before. I mean, that's a biggie, especially if your child has some executive functioning disorders or dysfunction, I should say, and not very organized, or they could be ADHD and forgetful. So we've heard this one a bit, right? Sometimes it's easy to forget the true value of laying out your clothes ahead of time and making your lunch and getting everything packed up and ready to go and when you wake up. I did that last night. I packed my bag for the school event I had early this morning. I had to be up there around 8 o'clock. I had to leave my home around 7 or so. And I had to get up earlier. I had to take into account the dog and him doing his thing, and then grab something and had something ready to go for breakfast. I could eat in the car. So all of that needs to be planned out. If you can get your family in the habit earlier, many of those will those morning anxieties will just go away and melt like ice. Now we can come to the actual morning ritual. It's best to allow extra time, number 4, for any unforeseen emergencies that happen. Oh, a hole in my shirt. Oh, or I just spilled something on my shirt. That can happen easily, right? So then you gotta go wait for your child to change his shirt. The dog runs off and you have to go find him. Or like mine was doing today, giving me a hard time about coming back in. So let's say your daughter has a bad hair day and makes everybody wait on her because she's like not going to school looking like that, right? So kind of allow Pat in about 10 or 15 minutes for any unforeseen emergencies because these things happen. And then, social media, screen time, talk about all of that, waking up, taking time to check your phones and social media. It's a good idea to make that, final habit for the week, and showing them at what point they should do that. Don't do that first thing as soon as you get out of bed. Do not do that to delay yourself as you're about to go into the shower. Maybe some people take their showers and baths the night before. It's easier. I did that because I knew I was going to get up early today. So when you have your family meetings, stress the importance of waiting time and waiting until you're in the car and on your way to school, maybe for them to turn on their devices. That might be a good idea instead of doing it before they leave the house. And then the last tip I'd like to give is take advantage of one thing we do not lack in today's society, which is support groups. There are many parent groups out there. There's a lot of cityhood groups, like Dunwoody has one, Alpharetta Milton Cumming has one. And then there's school groups as well that are more private. So I would say, even if you need the in-person thing, get together with some people, maybe at your school, so that you're all kind of talking to one another about, hey, was this happening today? Were they supposed to bring this today? So that's a good way to kind of confirm with other people. And you can also talk about school challenges there and get ideas from others who have these same issues. I talked today a little bit about executive functioning as people were going by, and many people were talking to me about it. And I said, well, I'll probably do a webinar for your school. So they were all excited about that. And the PTO president, vice president was excited. So we spoke quite a bit about their own child. So perhaps there's a neighborhood group of friends you lean on. Maybe every Friday you meet up after school, and this is a good time to ask, hey, how was your child's week? This is what my child said. So help organize your own parent group if you need to, and meet maybe once a month. It doesn't have to be 3 times a week or anything like that, but you guys set the time and the day. Don't underestimate the value of peer support, though, especially when it comes to family. Because you may need them, they may need you. So we want you to have a great, successful, smooth transition back to school. We believe that one of the best ways to do that is to practice the routine before school actually starts. This is all part of executive functioning. It's our hope that these ideas will keep you hopeful and prepare you for an awesome school year. As another resource, we have a planning sheet, which I am going to put in the comment section, and you can get it there. But it's a planning sheet which can aid you in organizing and reflecting upon the upcoming school year and what happened in the past. So that's a back to school planning guide. So I definitely want to share that with you all and send that over. And right now I don't see it because I had to run in and get this going for you guys. So I'm just skimming my millions of banner posts and I do not see it. But if you definitely want to schedule a conversation about anything related to executive functioning, or here we go, here's the back to school planner. And I will exactly have the link live where you can just click on it. But if you want to schedule anything at all to talk about tutoring or anything, 504 plans. I used to be a 504 chair, helping your child get in the gifted program. I'll be doing a free webinar on that in the middle of August. So look for that flyer. So there's a lot of things. I'm going to be doing a couple of Facebook Lunch and Learn series on the gifted program, and also about how to improve creativity, which also improves critical thinking skills. So There's some great ones coming up. Catch us every Wednesday at 12 noon is usually what time I come on Eastern time, unless schools have me doing something else, because I have to kind of yield to their schedule. But I believe that's just this week that it's kind of chaotic. So just schedule a free consultation with me, and we can have a chance to talk about, what happened this past year, what you don't want to happen again, possibly, I should say. And then, and the way you contact me is info@dynamislearningacademy.com, talking about academic planning for a middle school student from 6th grade on. We do that too. But there's my number, 770-282-9931. You can text first and we can set up a time and a day, or email at info@dynamislearningacademy.com. We'll be happy to set up a time to discuss these things with you. I'm doing actually a needs assessment with my own current parents, and there's all kinds of things on there to see what they all need, because sometimes you think you've thought of all of these things, but you haven't. And then there's a list and you're like, oh, that might be something I need for my child. So we definitely can help you out. And again, that's how you contact me. info@dynamislearningacademy.com, 770-282-9931. Happy to help you. And you can just text and we'll set up a time according to your schedule. We're busy already. I actually been getting calls for the last 3 weeks, right after July 4th it started. So I'm already talking. I see a lot of parents really thinking ahead now, which is terrific. And we're happy to help and to solve any problems before they even really get going. And I will suggest, if you're going to wait for a little bit, do not wait too long. If you see something happening at school or you're noticing a pattern, even at home, give us a call and we can talk about it. All righty, guys. Next week, again, it should be all about goal setting. So I will have my SMART goal planner available for you guys, and that would be a great one for y'all to get a hold of, because I think every child should be doing SMART goals. If you have a very young child, they can set a goal of 1. If they're at least in 4th grade and up, they can do, 4th graders, 3rd graders could probably do 2. And then older than that, 3 goals for the semester. And one of those definitely should be an academic goal, really 2. And one can be like a personal goal. It could be related to athletics. So something like that, where they can feel like it's not just all about schoolwork and academics. You can do definitely more with that. So SMART goal planning coming up soon, and can't wait for you guys to get a hold of that planner. And yes, the goal setting formula every parent needs, that's on 8/6. Want your child in a gifted program on 8/13. On 8/20, we're going to talk about creativity. That's the key to get to the gifted program entry. A lot of people don't know that, or don't realize that, and that's where it's usually scores are a little weaker. On 8/27, to wrap up August, we're going to be doing Parenting with Purpose, and I'll have a guest for this one, How to Truly Succeed as a Parent, and Andy Goldstrom is going to be joining me there. So get ready for August. I'm always excited during this time of year and welcoming all these new kids. All right, take care, everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and get going on scheduling things and getting people in a routine in your household so that they're ready by Monday, and there's no problems with people rushing around at the last minute looking for a book bag or something they didn't have, or their cell phone isn't charged because they should have charged it the night before. But of course, Georgia now has a ban on cell phones in the schools. I should mention that. So they cannot use them at all in middle school or elementary. Very little, even in high school. So check with the Georgia law, and your school systems are probably getting you that information out. But still, they need to have their cell phone charged, right? Because they may need to call you after school or something like that. And you want to make sure they do have a cell phone, because maybe they're going somewhere else after school and they're not coming straight home. So you still need that cell phone charged from the night before. Maybe they put it in a certain place and they know that's exactly where it is in the morning. That's where they pick it up, and that's where they have it charging the night before, and they know exactly where it is and exactly where their lunch is. Should be in the same place all the time in the refrigerator, and book bag is in the same place. Lay out your clothes the night before, get your school supplies, have everything ready to go. You just grab the bag and go. That's what I did this morning myself. It was in the car and ready to go. It was that easy. All right. Take care. Everybody have a great rest of your week. Bye for now.